Beginning today, if you're in Detroit, you have another option to cross over into Canada. The Gordie Howe International Bridge is now open for vehicle traffic. That stretches between the Motor City and Windsor, Ontario. But it also comes at a time of geopolitical friction between the two North American countries. So after President Trump announced a 50% tariff on most Canadian goods, Canadian officials scrapped a joint ribbon-cutting ceremony. Now, they instead opted for an independent ceremony on the Canadian side. President Trump responded, saying the original agreement for the governing of that bridge no longer stands. In fact, he added it was terribly negotiated by a previous administration. So let's talk about this. Live to Executive Director of Cross Border Institute, Marta Leardi-Anderson. Marta, good to have you with us here on CBS News 24/7. So tensions between the two countries in mind, do you feel the significance of that bridge really holds any more meaning?
I think it does. I think it demonstrates that even when there is a little bit of a turbulent relationship between our two countries, that we can still open up this beautiful piece of international infrastructure representing all the many years that it took collaboratively to get it done. So I think today marks an excellent period in that relationship from that perspective.
And to your point, it took years to make it happen, a lot of collaboration. So talk to us about the economic imperatives of this bridge.
You know, the bridge is a local piece of infrastructure, but it carries up to 10,000 trucks a day between the Ambassador Bridge and the Gordie. It is essential to both our national economies. It moves a quarter of our trade between our countries and finished products. And it represents the way we do business together. We make things together, oftentimes, especially through the automotive industry, but other industries, including agriculture, pharmaceutical, the medical supply chains. We build things together. Pieces cross the border several times before we finish a product. And this also allows us to compete with the rest of the world. So it is really symbolic of national economies, but also global competitiveness.
And yet in that environment, we still talk about the impact of President Trump's tariffs. Talk to us about the ongoing effect, the economic impact. The bridge is a symbol,
Tariffs.
yes, but the tariffs really can tend to drag things down, according to critics.
You're absolutely right. The tariffs and the ups and downs with the tariffs introduce instability into a business community. We've seen, especially on the Canadian side, ramifications of tariffs. People have been laid off in certain sectors, especially in the aluminum and steel industries. Although I did hear anecdotally over the weekend that the US is still buying quite a bit of steel from Canada. I think the challenge is going to be stability. How do we arrive at an agreement that allows us to communicate to the business community? We know what direction we're going in, and they can continue investing and building the economy on both sides of the Detroit River in this case.
All right, Marta, it's great to talk to you on CBS News 24/7. Hope to see you back here very soon. Have a great day.
Thank you.